one podcast, mining the Magic the Gathering community for salt. This is the Howling Salt Mine.
It's the Howling Salt Mine. The Howling Salt Mine.
Hey everybody, it's Sam, Tony, and Mike. We're all here, and we're jumping into the feed on an off day because we got an announcement to make.
But what is it?
We got new Patreon tiers.
Trying to give that hype.
Yeah. We're fucking hyped for it. We got new Patreon tiers, y'all. So if you aren't familiar with our Patreon, we have a $3 tier that exists. We got our $7. That's where you start to get the bonus content every week. Now we're busting out a $15 tier where you can join our salt packet tier and get a monthly salt packet in the mail that's going to have some custom tokens every single month. Custom tokens hand-drawn by me.
What?
And the first month also gets you a prospector token, which is like everyone wants one. They're really cool. They're really amazing. It's like a salty little guy in a salt shaker.
And
it's great.
Fucking exclusive.
It is exclusive.
The only way to get it, baby.
It's the only way to get it. Actually, all these tokens are going to be pretty exclusive. This is really the only way to get them is through the Patreon. Another benefit of the Salt Packet tier is that you get to put in special requests for the Salty Song of the Week song parodies that we do every single week.
Hell yeah.
I can't guarantee that it's going to be good, but we will do our best. Beyond that, we have our next tier, which is Salt Packet Plus, and I will hand draw you a token every month at your request. As long as it's not really weird. Don't make your request weird, guys.
Yeah, don't make them creepy.
Don't make me
odd.
draw weird things. I don't want to do that. And I will ask you to not do that. But anything else, it could be a token.
Fair
it could be
game.
a proxy. You know, if you sign up for that, we'll chat a little bit. We'll work it out.
Will you draw One Piece cards?
I draw a One Piece card. Fuck yeah. Hell
He's
yeah.
already drawn One Piece tokens before.
Yeah, I have like a One Piece Derevi that I did. So
Nice.
take a look at our Instagram if you want an example of like what some of those will look like. I have some of my hand-drawn tokens up there. Usually it's just kind of like a black and white with a Sharpie sort of thing. I'll add a little bit of color here and there to spice it up. But check it out. If that's something you're interested in, you can get it now. Also, people at the Salt Packet Plus tier are getting shout outs in our episodes. And then the best shout out of them all is our nice tier, which is $69.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
And at that tier, you can get 4 custom tokens hand drawn by me. So instead of 1, you get the 4. You still get the other salt packet. It's just a much nicer salt packet. And you're going to get a shout out at the start of every episode because you're extra special to us, you know?
Way.
Then we have a tier above that. This is a ridiculous tier.
This is the most important tier.
Yeah. We will fly to a salt mine, go in the salt mine, and record an episode of the Howling Salt Mine within the salt mine. We already have one located in Kansas City that we're looking at, or just outside Kansas City, I think.
You can make the magic happen.
Yeah, so you can sponsor this weird project that we have, make it happen, and we will have a very reverby episode that we record in an actual mine.
And if you don't have $5,000 lying around, which is, somewhat reasonable, I suppose, then also feel free to reach out to Post Malone and try and get him to get us to record an episode in the mines,
Yeah.
Post Malone starts getting direct DMs from prospectors being like, can you
fund
sign up
this
for
weird
this tier
project
so that we can record in a mine?
We're just flying to Kansas every month to record an episode in the mine.
Oh my fucking god.
Amazing.
With this Patreon announcement, we also wanted to give the prospectors a taste out there of what you might be missing in the Patreon experience. So what we have for you are some of our favorite episodes of Stray Grands, which if you don't know, these are all of the little tangents that don't make it into our final cut of the episode. This is a benefit of our $7 patron tier and above now that we have new tiers. And these are some of our favorite Stray Grains that our Patreon members helped us pick out, and some of our favorites that we just want to put out there to give you guys a taste of what's going on in the Patreon. So let's check it out.
Yeah.
Stray Grains. Tony versus the power company.
Fuck Pat.
Oh shit!
But also, fuck DTE. The Detroit fucking something electric.
Why? What is
They
that?
fucking suck ass. I lose power every 5 fucking minutes.
Oh,
And it's not just me, fans. It's not just me, because a dude just showed up at my house and was like, he's literally trying to bring down DTE. He's
seriously?
like, for Ann Arbor community, we should like do what some of these other communities do and just have our own fucking power people.
Wow.
And he's right, because they fucking suck ass.
Wow. So what's been going on? Like, what's happening?
Well, so I lost power again. Like, I feel like this is just like the state of my being. I lost power again, like fucking 2 nights ago.
Why?
Middle of the night,
what
and it's
was
just out.
happening?
Yeah, so the power company is just not able to keep power consistent.
This is what drives me insane. Like, and like when you get a text from them or whatever, what it was like equipment failure. It's like, no fucking shit. What does that even mean? Like, there wasn't even wind blowing this time. Like, just existing, it broke. I think the infrastructure of all of Michigan is just fucked. Is like my current guess. But it's just like, now shit is breaking because it's happening all the time. Like, my standing desk, I think it fried the fucking motor there. It like fried the Nespresso machine. It fried my goddamn HVAC blower.
The power outage.
I can't get blown and get my HVAC.
Oh my
house
God.
is not cold.
Wait, so you're the power outage?
Yeah,
did
I
that.
have to. So I'm not an electrical engineer, but I'm going to talk like I am one real quick.
Sure.
So none of this is disclaimer. None of this is actually factual. Please refer to your true Google sources.
Your true Google sources, folks.
Google
But
yourself.
I do know that it's a thing that like it was more of an older homes thing, and like older times, because now there's like surge protectors and things like that. But like when you lose power in your house and it all comes back on at once, or from when it all cuts, it definitely can like fry electrical components. And I think it's more from it coming back on, not from it shutting off.
Right,
It's
but
just that
worst
in
case-
modern times, there's more stuff that's like added, I think, to like make that less of a problem. Like literally outlets themselves have like GFI protectors,
Yeah,
Um,
GFCI. But
whatever
yeah.
the fuck it is.
I'm surprised it's not flipping your breaker.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
so
what I
it
was about to
did,
say.
it
Like, doesn't the
did.
breaker protect
So
you? a little
sometimes the
bit?
breaker does that, and I think it's just that like some of it's not like many big things, but like I've just been noticing this keeps happening. It like browning out is what does it a lot too. Like when it goes on
that
and
when
off
you-
and
I
on
can
and off a
imagine.
whole bunch.
Is that when you shit?
I wish that was all that was happening. That would be better.
I
If I
wish.
just fucking shit.
Be easier to
instead.
manage.
It literally would. So I'm just fucking mad at them right now.
That sucks, man. That's horrible. So is that what it's been, like a brownout where it just sort of like dims a little bit and things get weak, or is it like fully turning off?
It like fully, so it's a mix. It's all the above. It like comes down and then comes back, and it'll do that like 4 or 5 times, and then it'll go out, and then it'll come back, and then it'll go out,
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to manage.
and then like a day goes by, and then it comes back, and I'm like, how the fuck, like where the fuck am I living? Like what is this? Like how is this how this fucking works?
That
And this
fucking sucks,
man
dude.
was more annoyed than me because he's like actually tried to do something about it and get like the neighborhood riled up. And I am riled up. So he's successful there. I wish there was something more than like, I don't know if you get this much, Sam. You like own a house. I'm sure you do, where people come and they're like, oh, can you write a letter to your 2 representatives? Like, I don't think that does jack shit. Maybe
Yeah,
it
it's not
does.
doing anything.
But like, it's annoying that that's like the first step to like getting something done, that you have to do that kind of bullshit. That means nothing because my representative doesn't give a fuck.
As a quick aside, I worked as an intern for
Ooh.
our House of Representative Joe Courtney in Connecticut.
No way.
And I will
Slay.
tell you, a majority of being an intern there is screening messages left on phones and reading letters and stuff like that. So like that is who that letter goes to first. Like and I get to 19-year-old Pat got to determine whether or not that was going up the chain.
Yeah, a slightly high minimum wage, Pat.
Yeah. Yeah. Your
That's
chances were not
fucking
good.
amazing.
Yeah, right. Like destined for nowhere. That is super
This
funny.
guy's got to watch his tone in his letters.
Yeah.
Send this one back.
You got to be careful with that shit, Tony. I think Michigan doesn't have like a good track record in the past few years of like taking matters into their own hands. Like,
Yeah, they're trying to fucking kidnap the governor and shit.
Oh, I
Like,
forgot about
this
that.
fucking place. I can't believe I live here. Like,
See, Tony's going to be part of the next conspiracy to do that to the person who runs the power company.
I
exactly.
mean, honestly, doesn't sound like a bad idea right now.
Oh man,
He's going to kidnap them and make him play a 10-player EDH game.
Yeah, that's their punishment for sure.
Oh god, Tony's kidding
Oh, my
everybody.
God.
We have to say that legally.
For sure.
Yeah.
Tony has menace in his eyes.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my god,
That's my side. That's my
That's
that's my
a good
straight
one.
grains for
Dude.
you this time because I couldn't hold it in.
I
Just had to let it out.
appreciate it. It's awesome. Yeah, let it out, dude. Stray Grains, Bloomin' Onions, and Shady Glens.
Before we move on, though, I feel like I still am just thinking about Mike's comment about going into an old favorite restaurant and like it not being the same. And I feel like a bloomin' onion would still be the same if I went into an Outback. And I feel like I don't know why that's what popped into my head, but that is what popped into my head when you said that. It's not my favorite restaurant of all time. But growing up, like we went to Outback Steakhouse a bunch.
Get bloomin' onions.
Yeah.
Dude, Bloomin' Onion is one of those things that like always seems like it's going to be really good. And then every time I get it, it's just like a big grease ball. And I don't know why I expected it to be anything different. It's literally like an onion chopped up to have a ton of surface area. And then they just bread it and like soak grease up with it, like sponge grease up with it.
I just like that it sounds like a religious person's off like swear that they can use safely, you know?
Blooming onion.
What a bloomin' onion.
That is great. Oh man.
Anyway, now we can move on now that we've talked about bloomin' onions.
I feel like Blooming Onion. No, this is a straight grains now. I feel like Blooming Onion. Like I would only ever go to Outback when I was in high school. I don't think I've ever been since. And it was always something where like me and like 6 of my sneaky little friends would like pool together our pocket change and go and buy like 3 bloomin' onions and a thing of wings and then get like free refills on sodas all night.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been since I was probably like 14 or something like that.
Yeah,
Like it's been
like
a
your mom
long
would
time
like
since
drop
I've been
you
to
off
one.
at the Outback. Or just connected to your local mall, you know?
I remember when I was like young, I'm talking like 9-ish probably. Like we went and it was like new and it was like good. It wasn't
yeah.
like bad. That or I was just even I mean, I did have less of a palate then than I do now, but like I was like, this is like great. And it definitely got worse over the years.
100%.
We're gonna need a Salt Boys trip to an Outback.
Yeah, to try a bloomin' onion to have
Well,
it.
that's where we sign the letter for when we buy like an old mine
the salt
somewhere.
mine.
Yeah,
right.
we celebrate at an Outback.
Yeah, the salt mine Patreon tier where we purchase a mine.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, it was TGI Fridays. We went to TGI Fridays all the fucking time. And it would be like, you know, after church, like youth group stuff, we would go with like the other teens. And again, it was the same. It was like, you know, not a blooming onion, but like onion rings and just like weird chicken fingers and random shit like that.
Yeah.
But I remember having like birthday parties at TGI Fridays when I was a kid. It was like a happening spot.
I had
you know?
birthday parties at fucking Outback Steakhouse. And by that I mean it was like my mom's like, you can take 2 friends and
Yeah.
we're gonna go where you want. I'd be like, we're going to
That's a party.
fucking Outback, baby.
Yeah.
And I would bring 2 of my friends.
Just getting grease drunk off a couple blooming onions.
Oh, bloomin'
fuck.
onion. I'm not feeling so good, guys.
The other one that I used to go to a lot as a young teen was the 99. Did you guys have those where you grew up? I feel
No,
like it's a
Chili's
Massachusetts
was
thing.
the version of it that
Welcome to Chili's.
we went to.
Yeah, Chili's I feel like is a little bit more national. The 99 is like a local, I think it's only
Oh, I
Massachusetts
know
or
it.
New England.
Yeah, I think it's only in Mass.
See, we were just hitting up Shady Glen.
Dude. Shady Glen. Dude, I fucking went there recently with Alan from Mental Misplay on our trip down to Philly. And while we're driving down, he's like, dude, we got to stop at Shady Glen. He's like, it's a small detour. It'll add like 45 minutes to the trip. I'll buy you lunch. Can we please go? And I was like, fine. So he's like, you got to get the burger with the cheese wings. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's just like, I can't explain it. All I'm going to say is wings of cheese. Like, okay, whatever. We get there. It's this like little thing on the side of the road. It's called Shady Glen, which is just fucking funny in general. It sounds
So
like a guy
cute.
who's going to sell you heroin in an alleyway.
Yo, you hit up Shady Glen?
Yeah,
Like,
Shady Glen
what?
gives like discount hand jobs behind the Walmart or something.
Behind a
It's
Wawa?
not
did
that
you
kind of
say?
shady, and it's not that kind of Glen.
And it's you walk in and everyone's in like 1930s like soda jerk outfits and like, you know, little bow ties and like paper hats and stuff. And all the waitresses are like calling you, you know, doll and honey and stuff like that. And I ordered this burger. He's like, it's like I forgot what it was. It was like the Marjorie special or something like that. And that's the burger that has the wings of cheese. And he's like, you just got to get it. It's got wings of cheese. And I'm like, all right, man. So I get that. I get a Coke. The Coke comes out in this like 4-inch tall glass. So it's like not even a full can of Coke. It's like half a can of Coke. And it had like the sugar content of like 6 cans of Coke. It was like they just cranked up the soda stream or whatever and like tripled the syrup that was coming out into this thing. Out comes the burger. You know, I get the slaw, I get the fries. This burger comes out, and I finally understand what wings of cheese is. They clearly put this burger down, covered it in like 4 or 5 slices of cheddar cheese. So it just overlapped the burger by like a wide margin, and they let it fry up. And the cheese gets like crispy on the bottom and like folds in around the burger. And then they assemble it on top of that. And holy shit, dude, it was so fucking good.
Yeah.
I was like poo-pooing this place. I was like, man, this place is fucking dusty and weird. They had like a weird mural with like little gnomes and like dancing around mushrooms and shit on it. And it was fucking good.
I love Shady Glen. That's my weird little corner of Connecticut right there. I love that shit.
Yeah, like I told this story to Mike earlier, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you were at Shady Glen."
Yeah, he didn't. He
place.
said fried cheese, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Shady Glen. That shit slaps."
And like we posted about it in the Patreon Discord, and somebody was like, "Oh yeah, is that place near like this town?" And I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Yeah, Shady Glen's great." Like everybody in Connecticut knows Shady Glen.
They moved, if I'm not mistaken, too. I think there might have been one. I could be completely wrong here.
No,
but
you're right. They did. We were talking to the waitress, and they moved. They had a place that closed during COVID, and they relocated.
Oh my God, I'm so glad they reopened. That was the funniest part when you told this story. Is like I had been living under the impression that this gem from my childhood was gone and lost to the ages. And then you're like, oh, is that Shady Glen? I was like, oh.
Dude, apparently their ice cream is really, really good, which I did
they're
not
a restaurant
indulge.
and ice cream parlor.
I had already had enough coleslaw to give me like a horrible shit emergency like 4 hours later. So I'm very thankful that I didn't top that off with like heavy homemade ice cream.
But I think a nice shake would have gone nice with that.
Dude, people around us were getting shakes. Like there were some old timers that went in there and very clearly every day had a burger and like a milkshake at the same time. And I was like, that's very sweet, but you are hurtling towards a quick death, dude. That is not the way to live when you're your age, sir. But hey, more power to you.
At that point, fuck it. Like that's what I'm gonna do at that point. Like
that's a good point, man. Yeah, that is very true, actually.
I've always said I want to be like first to go. I don't want to be like watching everybody die and hanging out to the end. Like I'm 75. I rip a Shady Glens burger and shake and go right afterwards. Fucking throw a party in my honor, boys.
Pass out right on the counter.
Yeah, sounds like a nice way to go. Like.
Stray grains. Mowing the lawn. I had a hard day today, guys. I mowed the lawn. Oof. Ooh, baby, it's hard.
Sheesh.
Things I
sounds
don't like
tough.
doing. I pay people to mow my lawn because I fucking hate
Seriously?
mowing the lawn. Yeah, I do. Well, actually, technically, Stephanie does.
Dude, you don't like mowing the lawn?
No, it's not even my lawn.
What? What are you talking about?
You know, like I'm renting. Like it's not like
Oh, then why do you need to mow it?
because the town will like fucking like lose their fucking shit. Apparently,
You are renting, but you're renting a house, so you have to mow the lawn.
yeah. Maintenance of the lawn is on me.
I'm taken aback by the fact that you don't like mowing the lawn. I feel like mowing the lawn is one of the simple pleasures of home ownership or being a teenager.
Well, I feel like that's where it started as a child when I would mow the lawn. I hated it then. So I hate it still now.
What?
You like mowing the lawn, Sam?
Dude, are you kidding me? It's like it's meditative. You're outside, you're listening to your favorite jams. There's like a clear sign of progress every minute as you're like carving these beautiful lines into your lawn.
Oh, I hate the lines.
It's
I
good
hate.
exercise. You're like getting a sweat on.
Is
man.
it? No.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
I
you burn
like the
so many
smell
calories.
of grass, but I much prefer someone else to have mowed it and then I walk near it or through it and I'm like, ah, nice.
Are you talking, Sam? Are you talking? I know you can't be talking about ride along because you got to whack
Push
at
mow, baby. I'm push mow.
push. No, no, thank you.
It's just like I feel like there's so many other things I could be doing with that time. And the reality is totally I'm sitting on the couch and not doing anything.
Hey, do you pay
But,
someone
like,
to do your laundry and wash your dishes too? Do you pay someone to wipe your ass too, Tony?
I would do those things if it was financially feasible.
you monster. What's wrong with this country?
I feel the same way about cleaning. I fucking hate cleaning, and I
Oh,
do
I
have
love
somebody come
cleaning.
clean.
I love
fucking
cooking. I
hate
love
it
cleaning.
so much.
I love domestic shit, man.
I like
These-
cooking.
These things are literally called chores, not cooking. Cooking's cool. Cooking's an art.
Yeah. But the other
Oh,
things
yeah.
are factually chores.
They're factually chores, which is like people drop like, "Oh, this is such a chore,"
yeah.
and Sam, you're like, "Oh, that means it's fun."
Hey, man, you got to find joy in those chores. You know what I
cutting
mean?
my last 4 cards from a deck list is such a chore.
Well, that's when I get someone else to do it. That is
Yeah.
a chore. I would hire someone to do that.
Mowing the deck list is how everyone else feels about mowing
Yeah.
the lawn. Sam.
Dude, I love mowing the lawn. I used to like mow the lawn as a kid and get paid. That was like one of my first jobs was getting paid
You
to
ever
mow
pay
the lawn.
people to mow the lawn?
No, I don't pay
You
people.
never
to
go
do
to
it.
someone's house and pay them so that you can mow their lawn?
No.
Then you don't like it. You don't like it that
Yeah,
much.
clearly.
that is not the
Nah,
litmus
that
test
means
for
you don't
liking
like it
something.
very much.
That is not the litmus test. Like you wouldn't go to someone's house and pay them to like jerk off. Would you?
Says
Says who? Yeah. Have you ever heard of voyeurism? Like he's paying them so that like they watch. Like
Oh no! What have I walked into? I've made such a mistake, such a fatal error.
what I was gonna ask you though, Sam, is do you ever watch YouTube videos of people who mow lawns?
Okay, that
No way.
Because I have
What?
done that.
Oh, that's insane.
You see, like
I think we're realizing
it's not
that
like a casual
you just get
lawn.
off to watching other people mow your lawn.
It's called voyeurism, Sam. Haven't you heard of it?
It's literally this dude who like goes to houses that are gonna get like fines from the town because everything's so
Yes.
overgrown you
I do
can't
love
even
that
like
guy.
see
I love that guy.
the.
That's different
Oh,
though.
so shut the fuck
What?
up because you do. Like you literally are just like.
I mean, I see him
"No,
in passing
I
on
don't do that."
Instagram. I know that I don't seek it out, but I see him in
Meh.
passing.
Fucking bullshit. But I've watched those videos.
I mean, could you mow your lawn with a riding lawnmower, Tony?
There's not enough to justify that, but
Yeah. See, I feel like that's the break. Like, I remember when I was in high school, I would mow this lawn with a push mower, and then they bought a riding lawn. It was like a huge fucking lawn, and they bought a riding lawnmower, and they just still paid me the same. And I was like, cool, I'll like drive this go-kart around your lawn for 2 hours and get paid money. Like, this fucking rules. And I think that's when I fell in love with it.
I mean, that tracks more because I
Yeah,
feel like if
that
I was on
seems
one of
okay.
those, I'd be like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah, you're just driving a car, man. It's like I don't know. It's like big.
But I also
like,
hate
dad
driving
energy.
a car. So
What?
Yeah.
You don't
I'm
like
not a big fan
driving?
of driving. Yeah.
Dude, I love driving. Windows
I do
down,
enjoy
your
the
music pumping. Oh, it's like
I do
where I'm
like
at
me
peace,
windows
dude.
down. I would love
So you like your
a-
windows down in a stationary car?
No, but you don't have to be driving the car to have the windows down. Sam.
Yeah.
You can pay someone to do that for
Yeah.
you.
Tony wants to be in the back seat of a limousine.
or a Jeep Wrangler
He's
with the
living
doors
that
off.
borderless experience. Jeep Wrangler doors off is literally a borderless car.
Borderless. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I am who I am.
And then that driver gets out and wipes your ass for you because you also said that you would love someone to do that.
Yeah. Sounds good. I don't know why you're trying to like make me feel bad, but I don't. So
oh my god, who's walking in the room right now? Oh my god. Someone is wiping Tony's ass right now.
Oh,
Holy shit.
as Mike and I both looked, I was like, because I did just have someone come in my room. So it was like,
Too real.
yeah.
It's just I'm just trying to create an illusion for the listeners there.
They're illusioned.
Nice. Let's do an episode now.
Let's do an episode.
Perfect.
Let's do
Perfect
an
ending to that
episode.
stray grains.
Yeah. We just tripped right over the finish line.
No, that was a slam dunk. I don't know what you're talking about.
Where I think we're talking about different competitions. I don't think you can slam dunk over the finish line.
You slam dunk the home run.
All right, now the stray grains is done.
Now the stray gains has
Stray
been
Grains has
gained.
been done.
Dude, stray gains is when you're mowing the lawn and you just slowly get stronger over time.
Oh, I assumed it was like the holiday gains that I always get every year that I can't ever seem to lose.
I think weight gain is not what like hashtag gains is. I think that's a very different
That's what
thing.
it is
Yeah.
for me.
Those are different.
My hashtag gains usually are in the form of desserts and delicious things, not straight muscle.
All right, we're veering into a food stray grains. We have to stop.
Yeah.
Mike isn't even going to talk anymore.
We can't make a stray grain if we all shut up.
It's true.
Can't even make an episode if we all shut up.
If
That's
if
not
a
true.
stray grains gets recorded in the woods and no one's around to hear it, does it even happen? Does it make a sound? Okay.
Hey,
Sweet. Yeah. Hope you guys like that stray grain. Check out the Patreon. Check out these new tiers. Come on in. Let me draw tokens for you. Listen to our extra content and shit like that. Get in the Discord. It's fun. Don't you like fun?
It's a good time.
I like what I have to tell them. It's fun. It is fun though.
It's fun, I swear.
It's supposed to be fun.
It's forced family fun. And if you don't
Yeah.
have fun, we'll ban you. No.
Yeah. And then it cuts right there. That's actually so perfect.
It's the howling song night. The howling song night.
Get on Patreon.
It's absolutely overloaded the mic. It sounds like unintelligible.
It's so sad. I feel like I always try and like not go too hard, but then it always
You gotta like get back here. Do all your yelling back here. Sweet. Cool. I will
do something with that garbled shit.
exactly. I'll clean up that fucking mess we just produced.
Just trying to give you some extra sound bites that you have that you can use.
Yeah.
So